This is verse 12 of the 20th chapter of the Gospel of John. We're in the aftermath of the discovery by Peter and John of the empty tomb. They have scratched their heads, John declares, presumably referring to himself that he believed, although he doesn't delineate precisely what he believed. It's commonly thought he finally reached the conclusion concerning the resurrection, and yet the narrative suggests they both leave somewhat perplexed. Mary Magdalene, who had given them this intelligence in the first place, remains at the tomb, and we pick up the story then with regard to her action. So we have Kai, the connective. Theore is from theoreo. It means to see, but it's a little bolder than the word blepo, to see something generally. This is theoreo, to really see it with a little bit more clarity. It's the word from which we get the word theorize, for example. And she sees, so this is the third person singular present active indicative. She sees a duo, the Greek for two, it's an adjective. Here it's modifying angelus, so she sees two angels. Angels, angelos, of course, can be a messenger. It can be an angelic being, as in a supernatural being, but often means simply natural messengers, human messengers. Here, we're not told either way, but the clear impression is we're dealing with supernatural beings at this point. It'd be hard to imagine how else they would have gotten into the tomb, since the place had just been examined by Peter and John. So she beholds two angels. This is in the accusative plural because it's the object of theore. Two angels, and then en, preposition, takes the dative. Here we have the dative plural of the adjective, which means white. The word clothing isn't used, it's just simply in white, and it's plural in whites, you might say, very literally. The implication is they were dressed in white or had a white appearance that was rather striking, and that's the idea. And then kathezomenus. This is from kathezomai. It means to sit. The root of it is kata, which is a word for down, and then the other root of it is a word for something being stationary. So it means to sit down. It's in the middle voice, to sit oneself, might be the idea. This is in the accusative plural because it's going along with the angels. So she saw the angels sitting. Present participle is the way we would take it. And then this, of course, is giving a little additional information. Saw them sitting in white. They were angels in white sitting there. Then we have the number 1, henna. And again, of course, we have another one here. So henna, pros, preposition, takes the accusative normally, but once again we have it in the dative, somewhat unusual. Pros te kephale, sitting to the head or toward the head, referring, of course, to the head where Jesus himself, his body, had been. Kai, the connective, and then henna, 1, pros tois posen, to the feet. So two angels sitting there, one where the head of Jesus had been, one where the feet had been. The conjunctive where, and then eketo. This is from kaimai, which means to lay something down. This is in the, it's a deponent verb, and it's the third person singular, imperfect active indicative. So where the body had been laying would be the idea. So she saw these two angels, one at the head, one at the feet of that place. And then, of course, the subject of this verb is to soma, the body, to Yesu, in the genitive of Jesus. So she looks in and sees, of course, this remarkable sight, two men, two angels, they're said to be, dressed in white right there where Jesus' body had been. And, of course, out of that is going to be this remarkable conversation that we hear of next.